Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Now for today's episode, I want to talk about Nollywood actor Emeka. Emeka Ike is back in the news for all wrong reasons. I mean, he is currently promoting one of his movies directed by Tony Abraham, but he's on the news for his marital issues, his divorce, his fight with almost everybody basically. Now for some of you who don't know, Emeka Ike is one of Nollywood, I would say, legendary actor, because we all grew up watching Emeka Ike's movie. He is a very good actor. He embodies any role that he's given. The bad boy, the lover boy, he's just that kind of all-round actor. During the mid 2000s, I think 2006, 2007, Nollywood banned A-list actors. According to them, A-list actors were charging ridiculous amounts of money. Now, some of these actors include Ramsey Noah, Emeka Ike, Genevieve Nnaji, Iniedu, like a whole lot of them. The A-list actors at that time were banned. Now, this affected a lot of them financially. Sentobi, as we all know, got married. His wife became the breadwinner. He started a company, and we all know how that ended. He recently passed on, and according to the story, Sentobi's wife collected the kids. It was just financial challenges, and he passed on in Jos, I think last year or early this year. Now, Emeka Ike, on the other hand, Emeka Ike, Sentobi kind of dropped out of circulation, but Emeka Ike became the Actors Guild of Nigeria, the president of the Actors Guilds of Nigeria, and he has always been in the news for one controversy or the other. Emeka Ike was fighting all the bodies, like especially Ibinabo Fabrisima, Shegu Arinze, name it. Emeka Ike was always in the news challenging somebody or fighting somebody. Now that got even into his personal life. I think at that point he was just going through a lot, because just imagine somebody who movie is their source of income, the entertainment industry is their source of income, and all of a sudden you couldn't do what you know best. You couldn't earn money from, that's his source of income, and that was cut short. Now some people were able to transition from that point to probably directing, producing, but I think he got stuck in this whole phase of pity me, everybody's the problem, I am not the problem. So at that point he was fighting everybody. Now that crept into his personal life, because rumors started circulating that himself and his wife started having issues. Emeka Ike got married in 2000 and they have 4 kids. Now at this point, there were rumors circulating that the wife moved out of the house. People were thinking, okay, then the internet was not that as it is today. But at that point, people said Emeka Ike's marriage was in trouble. The wife moved out of the house. There was just so many news circulating. Emeka Ike would come out, debunk everything. At that point, they said he was kind of physically assaulting his wife, but he came out and he said no, that never happened and all that. Now as this whole thing was going on, Emeka Ike started cooking up conspiracy theory. He was saying that the Actors Guild of Nigeria are after him, his wife is after him, his wife is being blackmailed, Chris Okotie, because the wife was attending Chris Okotie's church, and according to him, Chris Okotie has fed her a lot of lies and everything. Now the wife was, according to him, was fighting him. So we just thought, this guy, you need therapy. At this point, you need therapy, because if everybody is after you, if everybody is against you, because he was saying that people sent hired assassin and all that. So when eventually the wife moved out of the house, probably she got tired of the whole mess, she moved out of the house, and at that point, and I believe, because Emeka Ike is an Igbo man, there's no way she's going to go with those children, definitely not. So she left the kids. I think it was just too much for her and she had to leave. Now we don't know what happened, but Emeka Ike came online, because the wife has been quiet in this whole drama. So it was, every information we got was from Emeka. So Emeka came out online and said that the wife colluded with hired assassins, people were after his life. He traveled to America to shoot a movie, and then all of a sudden he came back and his landed properties are gone, his papers are gone, everything he owned as Emeka was gone. And then the school, this was in 2017, according to him, the school was worth 480 million naira. So he said he came back from shooting a movie in America and then everything was gone. Like, the wife, according to him, wiped everything clean, took away all his property. So then we thought, okay, Emeka moved on with his life because he said he couldn't fight the whole thing. He remarried, he moved to Germany, remarried a South African lady, left his kids in Nigeria, according to him, because he needed to sort himself out. So he relocated to Germany, married another woman with kids, but his children were in Nigeria. Anyway, at this point, people thought, okay, Emeka has moved on. The wife has moved on. And they were just sitting there minding her business. Emeka is back in the news. Emeka is back in the news and singing and crying and also once again blaming his wife. I mean, at this point, everybody was thinking, okay, this woman needs to say something. Like, if she got married at the age of 19, you know, people were thinking, okay, somebody from the family has to say something. Like, there has to be friends. Like, let her tell her own side of the story, because Emeka is just playing the victim. He said she wiped him clean, took away everything he had, he couldn't fight and all that. People were thinking this is not adding up, especially in Nigeria. If the man has an upper hand, like, men are literally gods in Nigeria. You could get married to somebody, even if that is your property, that person can actually go to court and claim that property because he is the man, you know. And you know, most Nigerian women, when they are getting married, even if they have property, they will transfer it to the man's name or like a joint property, and it is easier for the man to go to court and actually claim those documents just because he's the man. So people were now thinking, Emeka, this is not adding up. If your wife in Nigeria, she divorced you, or she moved out of the house, or she allowed you to travel and then moved into your house and clear out everything, took away your landed properties and everything, even if she took those documents away, you could easily go and reclaim those documents back. This is not America, this is not UK, this is not Canada. I mean, what are we talking about? So those things were not, people were actually questioning the validity of his story. Now, Gistlover actually mentioned that they were going to get to the root of the whole, like, tell the true story of what actually happened. Now, Gistlover, I think, reached out to Emeka's ex-wife's friend, and this is what she has to say about the whole drama. Now watch.
So this girl in question, he married at 19, very early, right? We were childhood friends and he married her. And, you know, they started life with the hope of a beautiful future. 4 children, you understand? The lady in question didn't grow up with a silver spoon. She's not, what's it called? You know, she's one girl that has been through life, you know what I mean? She's worked so hard all her life. It hadn't been easy. The journey for all of us wasn't easy. So, you know, when you now meet someone, he married her immediately after secondary school. You know, she went to Federal Government College, Benin. So he married her immediately after secondary school. They got married, right? So you married a very young girl. All through this girl's life, you've tormented her. How do you come every single time she's been keeping quiet for you? Every single time she's been through hell. You took away the children from her. You know, all through this time she has been covering up. You know how these artists, all these stars, you know how they are. They don't have, you know, they live according to, in the time of Emeka self, how much were they making as movie stars? How much? How can he come and say 400 million? 400 million what? This girl has been on the floor every day. Nothing, no shoes, no clothes. Starving with her children just so that Emeka can buy fuel in his bloody car because he's a star. He cannot be walking around the streets of Lagos. You took her away from everybody. Everybody is sleeping with her. Everybody is you can imagine that kind of life. What kind of quality of life is that? This child went through everything. This man was beating her. This beat, I'm telling you, is not small beats. It's kick her down the stairs. Why would she go and start following what's it called? A hitman. This thing to kill you. Emeka, what do you have that somebody is killing you for? What? What do you have? What is the thing you have? Somebody wants to kill you. She's been living with you for how many years? Has 4 children for you. Why did she kill you from your food? Why did she kill you from everything in the house that she could have done? Why does she need to go and start? How much does Emma have? How much does Emma have? How much does this young lady in question have? Gist lover, I want you to investigate this matter. This man, and this has to end. He has to stop. This last time, the one he did finally, he left his children. He is getting on with one lady in Germany. The lady she lives in Germany. She had children. She's South African, blah, blah, blah. You know how these men are. They are hustling. He's a hustler. He went and married somebody that already has children. You know? So now, he left the children, dumped them all on their own. 4 children. You left them. These children, no food, nothing. They were just there in that bungalow, somewhere inside Abuja. No food, nothing. Meanwhile, their mother was denied of seeing her children for years. My friend could not eat, could not sleep, could not move on, could not date anybody, could not do anything. Every night she's crying. Every night she's crying. Every day she's crying. Every time she sees my children, I had to run away from her. She's in tears. She's sad. She couldn't move on with her life. I kept on telling her, I said, see, now you need to work hard. These children are coming. Do you understand? They will come back to you. And when they come, what do you have to offer them? At some point, Emeka was living in a hotel with the children. Little children of how many years old? You are living in a hotel. How much does Emeka have? Which mumu school? 400 million investment. He's a bloody liar. Emeka rented that place, a long-term lease. This young lady tried her best to manage the school as best as she could. Do you understand? So where do you come from? Who are you? I'm just tired. Do you understand? Every time he wants to trend is this girl's name. The girl can't move on. She can't have a life. Why do women have to suffer? She has left you. She has moved on. You do whatever you like. You've remarried. You remarried. She did not remarry. She just wants to live her life for her children. Everything this Emma thinks about is her children, her children, her children. I can swear to God. I can swear. Enough is enough. At some point, she came and pitched with me. She was living in one place in Magodo, in one room, trying to teach. They were paying her 25,000 naira. Now this young lady has picked up the pieces, starting to patch her life. She had to go and get her children in Abuja, where Emeka dumped them. These children were eating rotten, contaminated food, fetching water on their head, no light. You can imagine a bungalow. This man still rented 1 room, 2-room bungalow. This man still rented 1 room to a copper. I left these children and went to Germany. What are we talking about here? She now had to go and get her children. Do you understand? So I don't even understand where Emeka is coming from. She never took his children away from him. These children have barely lived with her for 3 years. They barely lived with her for 3 years. He was in Germany. He didn't know where the children were all along, all this time. He cannot. His first 2 kids are already young adults and they have the right to see their father, right? My friend is not stopping them from seeing their father. They are allowed to see. She does not stop them because they are adults. They are young adults. But the other young ones, the other 2, cannot. He cannot have them anymore. You can't be dumping them as you please when it's convenient for you to go and hustle. Are you a prostitute? What kind of life are you teaching those children? They are in a better place. Their mother is working day and night. She's ready to lick the floor with her tongue to make sure that those children are fine. She's not abandoning them to go and be with another man. She's not. And trust me, gist lover, it has been hard. It has been hard for this girl. The fact that she does not talk.
Now, after listening to this whole thing, I think Emeka should move on, to be honest with you. It's sad. I mean, people get married to do for better or for worse. And most times, the worse is always one-sided. The woman is expected to take whatever comes her way, especially in Nigeria. Like, I keep saying especially in Nigeria because Nigerian women, we are built for marriage, or we are groomed for marriage from as long as you can talk. They start telling you, is this how you're going to behave in your husband's house? Is this how you're going to do in your husband's house? Is this how you're going to take care of your family? So Nigerian women are trained to be wives, but the husbands or the men, I don't even think anybody pay attention to, okay, they just tell them be a man, but nobody tells them how to be a man. And most times in the home, the example they see is what they emulate. Now, most Nigerians are they are traumatized. They have trauma because you grow up in environments, even if you come from a very good home, your neighbors, you may see things that experience trauma. Like, there are certain things that shape people, not just from the home. The woman, they actually train them, they actually tell them what to do, but the men, they don't tell them anything. So they pick up things here and there from uncles, from neighbors, from relations, from friends. These are the things that they pick up and they think, okay, this is how a man should be. Most times that does not work, because women, they bring 100%, but men think, okay, once I can provide, I can lord over you, I can, because at the end of the day, she got married when she was 19 years old after secondary school. So I don't think at that point she was earning anything, so she was literally under his control. And for her to leave that situation, I think Emeka is not owning up to the fact that, okay, it takes two to tango. Yes, I 100% believe that he went through a lot. Don't get me wrong. He went through his own challenges, because for him to be still talking about that, part of his life, and he's married now. So, there's still that pain there where he's thinking, okay, I thought this was going to be forever and now it is not. Emeka, you need to heal. You need to seek therapy. We all need to heal from one thing or the other. And being bitter about the past will not let you move forward. I know we say men should talk, and sometimes when men talk, we don't believe them. I believe Emeka. I am not saying I doubt anything he's saying. I am saying that it takes two to tango. If in any relationship that did not work out, and you both are, I mean, I understand there are kids in this mix, but according to the story and according to what he has said, he left the children to go to Germany. He did not take the kids to Germany, so he must have left them. And when that marriage ended, he took the kids. So for whatever reason, the kids went back to their mother in his absence. Okay, so I think he should take accountability for, some of the roles he has played. I mean, everything he said, he was blaming, pointing, accusing fingers. You see that the Nigerian movie industry, you see that AGN, you see that Nigerian government, you see that the wife, Pastor Chris Okotie, like, he has blames for everybody. Not everybody is meant to be a husband. Most people are fathers, but they are not husbands. I think Emeka did not understand what being a husband is. He could be the most amazing dad to his kids, but are you a good husband? Are you a good husband? I don't think any Nigerian woman would leave her home who had 4 kids would just wake up one morning and decide to, this is not. Emeka was fighting everybody online. Anyway, I wish everybody healing, because we all need it. We all need therapy. We all are going through one thing or the other, whether relationship ending, whatever thing you're going through, it takes two. it takes two. So Emeka, take responsibility, heal, see your kids, reconcile with, like, you could have a better relationship with your ex-wife, and this is the mother of your kids. She is in custody, the kids are in her custody. So for you to be able to see your kids, all this interview is not necessary. You could just move on. I know it's easier said than done, but we could all do better. Now, today's episode is once again sponsored by DDBC's Wake. This is a 12-inch bulb. Our details are on the screen. Let us know if you want something like this. We sell wholesale and retail. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.